Hello, everybody. Wait, what's that? No Maranya. How am I supposed to read without you? I
I don't
want
know.
to know how I'm supposed to read without you. If you ever go, how will I ever know what a word is?
How
How
will
will I?
I?
How will I?
How will I?
Read. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Young Romance Volume 1. We don't even know how far we're going to go. But before we get into these
It's at least third base.
romantic comic books, let's meet our cast and crew. To my side, small, green, and lean, it is the Love Frog. He's slimy
Oh,
and new.
I'm the love frog. Up on
Oh,
down, you'll find something new.
he's expecting you. And if you look below, it is the ultimate lover of these books, but not the lover in the books. It's Eric Breen.
Man, I feel like a woman tonight.
I'm sure you do. But now, let's go ahead and pull up the story of a girl who learned her lesson through heartbreak and a broken face.
Begorra! I guess I was jealous of my own aunt. That's why I swore I'd get even with her when she called me a slut and boy crazy.
Wish I had some 60s kind of do music to play. I love Clint, Susie. It's my last chance for happiness. I'm an old maid otherwise. I want you to stay away from him.
You're too late, Aunt Martha. Clint loves me.
I think this is her sign, Susie. Yeah, this is Ubreen.
To those who once professed to be my friends
And
friends, and who now condemn me as a wicked, selfish adventuress, that's 40s for tramp, I am writing this true story of my terrible mistake. This is not written as an apology. In fact, I am not certain that I would not do it all over again had he above given me another chance. That is why I ask no forgiveness, no solace for the ache in my lonely heart. Signed, Susie Burnett. Had my parents been alive, well, they weren't before I killed them, my life might have run a truer course. I lived with Aunt Martha, who looked even younger than her 35 years, much younger than that Aunt May. I sometimes think I was jealous of her.
But we're both jealous of Aunt May's gams. Oh,
Those gams!
another date tonight, Susie Q. Oh, who is it this time? That pimple-faced Jensen Ackles?
Please, Aunt Martha.
why'd you say that name?
That is my name. Is he coming here to call for you?
Well, no. I'm meeting him downtown. Things will be great when we're downtown. It's much more convenient for him.
You'll come to no good the way you're carrying on with a new boyfriend every night, Susie.
But I'm sexy and 17, Martha. I like to meet new boys. Someday if we're still being published by DC, I would like to meet new girls. Don't make an old woman out of me.
Perhaps you'll find a guy who lives under the ocean, Susie.
That's just the point, Susie. You're a little girl playing house. Someday you'll flirt with the wrong man. You're playing with fire, my dear. Fire!
And ice.
Oh no, that's my brother. Oh, wrong Susie. Thanks for the advice, Martha, but try using it yourself, you old hag. Goodbye, darling. That's the way it was with Martha and me. I could never confide in her like other girls did with their mothers. She was always so sarcastic. She cut me deeply. Golly, I'm late for this date. Oh well, Ted will wait forever if I want him to.
Meanwhile, Ted is waiting at the Hall of Justice.
I don't know what attracted me to Ted Jensen Eccles. I met him on a double date, and he seemed to prefer me to that washed-out blonde he was with, as opposed to this washed-out blonde. It gave me a sense of conquest.
I regret not taking him. I could have made him Jimmy Stewart.
Well, hey, sorry you never get here. But I'm glad you made it, Susie.
You mean you thought I'd stand you up? Why should I do a thing like that? You're the only boy in the panel.
Oh, forget it, honey. You know they say, shut up and be pretty. I don't take any stock in what people say, especially not you, because you're a dame.
My, what a reputation I'm acquiring. Tee-hee. You've been talking to that blonde, I see.
She's jealous of you, Susie. Forget it. There's a carnival in town. How about we go see your brother, the Human Torch?
You're so persuasive, Ted, my sweet. Are you the leader under that hat? Lead on.
Just call me Ted Bundy.
We took a bang, bang, bang with the trolley to the carnival.
They banged in the trolley.
Well, I am a tot.
Well, it was a slow time.
And I thought of Stanley Jordan with his new red convertible. I knew Stanley was a good friend of Ted's.
Well, Susie, I had never felt this way about any girl before. Someday, Susie, when I get a better job, I'd like...
Ted, why don't we ask Stanley Jordan along sometime? We could have loads of fun with his car.
Haven't you heard? He's like Rock Hudson. Sure, Susie. I guess so.
Well, come on, silly. We've arrived. All off for the carnival. The carnival was such fun. But soon I noticed Ted counting the change in his pockets.
5, 10, 15, 35. I'm afraid we can only afford one more ride, Susie.
Well, that diminishes your chances of going on a ride later, if you know what I mean. Oh, Ted, just when we're having so much fun. Well, let's try this one.
Little did she know by pissing off Ted that his last name really was Bundy.
Oh, no.
I'll meet you in the center of the track, Susie.
You'll have to catch me, slowpoke. Ted wasn't very fast. When he looked down at the instrument panel to see how the car operated, I was off then.
Off! Don't you know you have to stick out your hand to make a turn, honey? Woman drivers. Gosh, what a thing.
Ouch!
You're much too inexperienced to drive by yourself, sugar. Why don't you let me drive you to your home?
You wouldn't get far in this gadget.
Son of a bitch, stealing my woman.
I've got a better one than this outside. How about it?
A real car? I'm tempted. Sure, it was a dirty trick, but it was so hot and sticky for a bang, bang, bang in the trolley. Well, a girl is only young once. So, your name is Rodney Middleton. So what? As long as you have this beautiful car.
Do you want to take over this role, Froggy, so that way I'm not making sweet music with myself and Mr. Breen?
Oh, I did not know that. You'll learn to love me in time, baby.
I didn't learn to love Rod that evening, although we had a swell time. It was late when Rod took me home. Thanks for the ride, Dr. Silver Age. I better go in now.
Wait, Susie. You're not going to drown me like this, are you? You're supposed to watch me tomorrow night on... Actually, not tomorrow night. Saturday nights. Saturday mornings. Whatever. I'm Rod, and I'm drunk, and I don't know what's going on. Good night. I meant those gams! The things I said to you. When can we go out again?
Really, Rod? I'm dated up for weeks. Oh my God, you're black.
Hey, once you go back, you don't go back, baby.
Call me.
I will, sweet cheeks.
Rod was getting so serious, he scared me. I door dashed inside. Martha was in the living room, performing with a gentleman caller. Oh, hello, Martha. I didn't know.
Susie, it's 2 a.m.
So it is. You're up late, Martha.
Sure, sure, Susie. Ted Jensen was here. He was so worried about you. I'm worried about you too, Susie child.
I'm sure your niece will be all right, Martha.
I had completely forgotten about Martha's caller. Now, I looked at this brave knight who thought he was rescuing me from a tyrant aunt. He seemed younger than Martha. Our eyes met. Mine wavered fast.
Wait, isn't this Ted Jensen? Absolutely he is. Use the waist is so wonderful. Let the girl have her fling, Martha.
Who's your friend, Martha?
And friend.
No,
Who's your and friend, Martha?
certainly more than an aunt friend.
Yes, Martha. Where are your manners? Take off your clothes and introduce us.
Oh, Susie, this is an and friend. Oh, it hurts me to say it. Mr. Roberts, from the neighborhood, Clint Roberts. Now go to bed, young woman.
I'll follow.
No?
I hope we'll be seeing more of you, Clint. Good night.
His name is Mr. Roberts, Susie. To you.
Clint Roberts. The name stuck in my mind and rolled on my tongue.
Oh.
He couldn't be more than 30. I thought to myself, much too young for Martha. He's shorter than Ted, not as rugged looking as Dr. Silverage, and I'll bet he doesn't dance half as well as Gil. Who the fuck is Gil? But what is there about him that makes me feel this way?
Gil Kane.
Well, you're a tramp.
We didn't see Clint Roberts for a week. And then I noticed Martha making with the glamour, using her most expensive perfume. Having company tonight, Martha? Not Mr. Roberts.
Yes, Susie. Aren't you going out this evening?
I think I'll stay in tonight. We'll wait for Clint and see whose cleavage he prefers. I was curled up in the living room. I was the audience waiting for the curtain to go up when Clint arrived.
Come in, Clint.
I wasn't finished.
Oh.
Martha was interrupting.
Come in, cunt. I'll take your coat.
Clint! It's Clint!
Well, slow me down. I guess to see we'll have some company. I see. How are you, Susie Cakes?
Clint Roberts! What a surprise! How well you look tonight, and I'm not wearing any panties at all.
Susie,
Neither am I.
don't you have some schoolwork to do or panties to put on? Auntie's baby must get her beauty sleep.
When did I have time to change tops? Oh, Martha, don't be old-fashioned. We can have a threesome. I bet Clint Roberts isn't much older than I.
I'm sure Mr. Roberts is bored with your childish prattle. Bitch.
Frankly, Martha, I don't give a damn. I get a kick out of your niece. Of yours. Fresh without panties as she is.
But I'm not fresh, Mr. Roberts. Vivacious, pert, full of life, but not fresh.
Oh, I know. We all know you're easy. You're precious, Susie. I haven't lived like this in weeks.
Laughing becomes you, Clint. It keeps you looking young. Martha tried her best to stay in the conversation, but it was a lost cause. I knew Clint was attracted to me. It's the voice, you know. And then...
Clint, I have a terrible headache. I do wish you'd excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry, Martha. I was too busy looking at Julia Childs over there. Is there anything I can do?
Thank you. No, I'm sure Susie will entertain you.
Good night, Auntie dear. That
Chris
was
Hansen?
my victory. I'd been jealous of Martha, of her beauty, her glamour, humiliated at the way she kept reminding me that I was a baby. And now I'd taken her man from her. As I look back now, I see the hollow victory it was.
Well, look here, Susie Q. Why don't we take a ride? A slow ride. Stop for a cocktail. Or is it soda that you drink? The night is young.
No thanks, Clint. I'll see you again. Call me, will you?
You little tease.
I had suddenly lost interest in Clint. I wanted to gloat. When I went upstairs, Martha was still up. Feeling better, Martha?
Stop smirking, Susie. I want to talk to you.
About Clint, Martha? He asked me out.
Susie, I don't know. I know you don't care anything about Clint. That's why I want you to listen. It's different with Clint and me. You know, Susie, I'm not at the age anymore in which I can indulge in teenage crushes. This is my last chance for real happiness. This is serious, Susie. I love Clint Roberts.
Really, Martha? At your age?
If only I could see Brian's face when he does that voice on camera. It's killing me.
In the reflection of her mirror, I could see the hurt in her eyes. And for a moment, I was sorry. Then,
You're a mean, contemptuous little fool, Susie. Every young man in town knows that you are boy crazy.
Martha,
I won't give up, Susie. I'll fight for Clint. And don't think I'll miss a trick. Clint wants a woman, not a child.
Thanks, Clint.
have you seen the way Jack is drawing my face? I'm older than you. My
Only
pity for
certain
her
panels.
vanished and was immediately replaced by a soul-searing hatred. We didn't speak for days. Later, one evening, she answered the telly.
Oh, the telly is the television. Oh, Clint, hello, how nice of you to call. I'm fine, darling. What happening to, Susie. Oh, yes, she's here. It's for you, Susie.
Take that, you old bat.
Eat hot death.
Clint asked me for a date, and I said I'd love it. When he called for me, Martha was in bed.
I have something to ask you, Susie. How about the yacht club? Oh, we can talk on the pier.
Haven't you heard? She's not the yachting type. No one will get that reference. Sounds exciting. Clint was strangely silent as we walked out to the end of the pier. Oh, dear God, he's going to push me in. Lined with its sprawling cruisers and romantic little sloops. I named one John B. Then he spoke.
This is the worst trip I've ever been on. Susie, you know my background, don't you?
Let me see. You're a successful author, a fascinating bachelor. You were a war hero where you got your tallywhacker shot off. Oh dear. But other than that, you're terrific, Clint.
What I meant, Susie, was that I'm not a bad catch. I can support a wife in any good style. I'm steady and I'll be devoted.
My heart stopped as I waited for him to ask me. This was indeed a moment of triumph. I turned to him, heaving bosom pressed against his chest, lips parted. My God, I do read a lot of these. Yes, Clint.
Well, you see, Susie, I wanted to ask your consent before I asked Namor to marry me. Oh, right, wrong.
Yes! Yes, I'll marry you, Clint.
I ask your aunt to be my wife.
His words hit me like Thunderbolt Ross. I looked up at the moon and then down at his reflection, rippling in the bay. The tears in my eyes made a grotesque distortion of his face as I looked up at Clint. What the fuck did you just say? You want to marry my aunt?
Susie, don't be like that.
Faced with the thought of losing Clint, I suddenly realized I loved him. Oh, Clint! Clint!
Don't cry, Susie. Please, don't cry. I didn't mean it, Susie. It's you I love. Can't you see? I was afraid you'd think I'm too old for you.
Clint! I love you. I love you. I love you.
Give me some sugar, baby.
Slit me some tongue, Clint.
Oh, is that Chesterfield's I taste? My favorite brand.
It was almost daylight when we left the pier. We'd been talking of houses, gardens, furniture, and kids. How stupid I'd been before this. I thought, when I said I was alive. Clint, it's dawn, and you haven't made a move yet. Oh, that's right, I forgot about the war injury. Much as I hate the thought, darling, we better leave. We floated home on a cloud, and he kissed me good morning.
You're my own, Susie. My very own.
Susie! Oh, well,
It was Ted Jensen Eccles. I never saw him so angry.
Wow, that was another guy, Susie. Where did you find this one hiding about, huh?
See here, you young hoodlum. I'll...
Don't, Clint.
Well, don't lose your temper, buddy. She's not worth it. You'll find out soon enough. She's boy crazy.
And it was then that I realized that I could have married James Stewart. Don't pay any attention to him, Clint. I once stood him up for another fellow.
You did that often, didn't you, Susie? Your aunt was worried.
Don't be an old fuss, Budget Clint. Martha's jealous of me. Good night, sweet.
Good night, gorgeous George.
Martha was waiting up for me. I stood, tits out, facing her defiantly.
Watch out for the shoe.
Well, Aunt Martha, Clint asked me to marry him. What are you going to do about it?
Do you love him, Susie?
Yes, Martha, I do. Truly, I do.
Then I'm glad, sweetheart. I'm glad you're going to settle down. I should have known I couldn't compete with youth, Susie. I hope you'll be happy.
Martha meant what she said. Perhaps I misjudged her. She was so brave when Clint called on me.
You're going to be my nephew soon, Clint. Imagine, after you've seen me naked.
I can't get that out of my mind. Dear God.
You didn't want to a week ago.
You were wearing a paper bag earlier. You'll be a wonderful aunt-in-law, Martha. To
Are
stay
you
out
talking
alley-
about my face? Have you seen yours?
to stay out of alleyways. Susie, I've rented a shack in the mountains to work on a new novel. It's about you, darling. I'm really inspired, but you won't be seeing me to me for a few weeks.
Well, that'll give me time to hook up with Ted Jensen Eccles again.
Oh, golly.
Oh, you're not gonna see your line? Okay, whatever.
I already did. I just changed it.
Susie, you sound very manly all of a sudden. What happened?
I went off script.
You've got to learn patience, Susie. And inspiration can't wait. This novel will give us a great start. We'll build a dream house, and you'll have all the things you ever wanted.
I thought I knew what I wanted. But when the days stretched into weeks and the battery died on my vibrator, the loneliness engulfed me until I could stand it no longer. It won't do any harm to see how an old friend now and then. Let's see. Dr. Silverage has a nice car. Hello, Dr. Silverage. You haven't called me in weeks. Why don't you take me riding tonight? Dr. Silverage was easy. In less than half an hour, his big car pulled up to the house, and then Martha was standing between me and the door.
You're not going out with Rod, Susie.
Please step aside, Martha.
I won't let you, child. You're ruining your life.
I'm not a child, Martha. I'm warning you. Don't delay me any longer. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Now, will you move it? What is your jaw made of granite?
Look at those pixel fingers.
Susie!
Dear God, I have pixel fingers. I was sorry. So what? Why was she always interfering with my life? Just because I stole her man and discarded her. I fumed. Oh, if I'd only listened to her.
Shay, we chick is your own, baby.
Dr. Silverage, take me for a long ride. Take me where I can see people.
How do you like the peanut gallery? Well, some of the gang are throwing a party tonight. We're gonna watch wrestling. WWE. Susie, I got a cottage on the beach. How do you like that?
Well, I'm more of a fan of the territories. But that sounds keen, Rod. Let's hurry out of this dead town. Once more, I was drinking in the raptures of youth. And when I arrived at the party, I knew this was my life.
Oh, here we are, Susie. Like?
Hi, Rod. And it's whoa. What a dish.
Hey,
Come
Shannon.
on in.
What's
Join
up?
me. What?
What's going on, Shannon?
Join the cats.
It's not a Saturday, but I figured we'll hang out.
The music was blaring. The lights were dim. We fixed up Cat Murdoch and Pauline. The laughter was gay. Someday all the comics would be too. Ha ha ha. I was in heaven then.
Hey, kids. Look at me, because I cannot look at myself, for I am blind. Who wants to join me in a swim? Father,
Alicia,
what
we
are
are
we
not in
doing here?
comic.
Oh. Can I swim, Father?
Count me in, Angel. How about it, Susie? You want to sleep? You want to get frisky with this blind dame?
I am bored.
I borrowed a swimsuit and we were off.
Susie, you're my dream girl. Don't you ever take that suit off. You just right there. Watch, baby. Old Doc David is going to show you what a man you're out with.
Dr. Silverage, you're not going to dive off that ledge. You might hit a rock in the water.
If Sting could do it, so can I. I've done it 1,000 times. Here goes nothing.
Dr. Silverage! We were alone now, and I was frightened for Dr. Silverage. I climbed down to the razor's edge. Rod, I don't hear you. Rod, are you all right? I searched through the spray of the pounding surf. Then I saw him. He was in trouble.
20 minutes later. Susie, I'm sorry. I forgot to go live. I'm also hurt.
Imagine.
Dr. Silverage, here we call that Saturday morning. Hang on. I'm coming out to hit the go live button. I found his limp form and thought, dear God, I thought I traded up from that and clutched at it. For 47 minutes, something should have happened. I vaguely remember trying to fight the surf.
You were right. I hit the rock. He won't let me finish my story.
Finally! Then the waves closed in on me, and I lost all sense of being. When I awoke, I was on the beach.
Yo, she's coming too. Thank goodness.
Lucy, I'm home. So lucky we found you, Susie. You were almost a goner.
Dr. Silverage! What about Dr. Silverage?
Susie, you did the best you could. You got to rest.
Rod had drowned. In retrospect, when he said he hit the rock, he was face down in the water. I should have turned him over. It was my first contact with death, and I took it hard. And I thank Ted Jensen Ackles. As for me, my pictures were in all the papers.
I brought you the morning Daily Bugle, dear. They say you're a heroine. Oh, no, they say you're hooked on heroin. My apologies.
Martha! Was there anything about that wall-crawling, web-slinging, hubcap stealing, cake-eating, skyscraper defacing Spider-Man?
Yes! Actually, no.
Oh, and has Clint been here?
Here I am, Susie. I've been banging your aunt in the cottage. I read about it in the newspaper, so rushed down to see you. So, how does it feel?
Oh, Clint, dear, I'm fine. Wait a moment. I'll undress and be right with you. Why, Clint, darling, what's wrong? You look so peculiar.
Susie, I don't blame you for what you do. It's just that you're a dumb blonde, and you don't know right from wrong. Your name should be Madison with 2 N's. Also, since I saw those pictures in the paper and read the story, something you probably can't even read, I've been doing a lot of thinking. You'd never be happy with a dull person like me, Susie. Oops. Sorry.
He turned and slowly walked out of the room and out of my life. Though I knew that I would never love anyone as I loved Clint Roberts, I didn't call to him.
Susie, ask him back. He loves you. Beg his forgiveness.
No, Martha. I haven't seen Clint since, and sometimes when I'm alone in my room, I think of him and wonder if he'll ever return. Well, that's the story of my foolish campaign against my aunt. I never thought my victory would turn into a lifelong defeat. I'll always miss Clint. Always. With my car, with my gun.
Win cash prizes for your true romance. The editors of Young Romance Comics will pay you $50 in cash for the most interesting and unusual true romance stories. First prize, $25. Second prize, $15. Third prize, $10. Anyone can win. You do not have to be a writer. Just tell your story simply, and the editors of Young Romance will do the rest. Go to Young Romance, 1790 Broadway, New York, 19, New York City.
New York City!
Our contest rules. All entries must be postmarked not later than December 24th, 1947, and the winners will be announced in the earliest possible issue of Young Romance.
We're a little late.
The judges will be the editors of Young Romance, and their decision will be final, bitch. In case of tie, we don't give a shit. We'll keep the prize. But duplicate prizes will be awarded, and all entries will become the property of Young Romance. manuscript will now be returned. Now we return to our program, the story romance of Amanda Wawa.
Do we have one more in us, boys?
As long as Brain's not the main character again, unless he throws his voice out. It's him. I don't care.
Whatever you want me to do.
Whatever. The pitiful story of a girl who could find but one solution to her tragic love.
I'm her.
Well, Marjorie, this is our last time together. Perhaps if we had never loved, you might have been spared this. I'm to die in the chair at midnight.
Oh, shocking.
I can't live without you, Sam. If you die, then I'll die too.
Bagara!
Unless
Get out.
that hot cop behind me wants to give me a tumble. Ha-cha-cha.
You're already sticking your ass out towards him, I could tell.
Well, you won't need it at 12:01.
Her name is Kate, and she's pretty great. She saw a tragedy cast a shadow, but her warnings went unheeded. Marjorie, you saw her. She smokes 5 Winchester packs a day, and only her youthful courage to face the world, which frowned on her smoking habit. And then there's Sam. He's just a guy in this issue. He was ready to sacrifice everything to be with Marjorie. Everything. Even his dignity and his life. Why does the fertile vessel...
Where is the further vessel? I'm still in the...
Let me.
Nah,
Let me.
and you do first. Hey, Kitty, shut up. Love inevitably comes to tragedy and the rock-bound chaos of human experience. This true man's story offers no answer, but is a perfect example of undeniable truth.
You want to be the blonde, or do you want to be the guy? You're the blonde? You're Kate?
You know what? Sure. I'll take the blonde. Why not?
I don't care.
That's your narration then.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Although I was almost 5 years older than my sister Marjorie, I never had to play big sister. We shared the same happy outlook, interests, and secrets. That is, until Sam Ford came along. Going out with Sam Ford again tonight, aren't you, Marjorie?
Yes, I am. I like Sam. I love to be with him. I'll continue to see him as often as I like.
But Marge, Sam's engaged. No good can come of that kind of a friendship. Please listen to me.
Goodbye, Kate. Don't wait up for me. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Poor love-stricken little Marjorie, emerging on the threshold of young womanhood and accepting this hopeless situation with the untired optimism of youth. Marjorie, why won't you listen, Marjorie?
The threshold of a young
Woman!
Woman!
Whoa, man!
And handsome, mild-mannered
Clark
Sam
Kent.
Ford, foolish but sincere, disowning his promised for the light-hearted charm of youthful Marjorie. As I watched them leave together, I felt it again, the chill of impending tragedy.
You know, sometimes I wonder, well, this was linked too much. Breaking off won't be easy. Meanwhile, we
Meanwhile, we've got each other, Sam. I know it's difficult, and I'll wait forever if I have to.
This is mad, Marge, but you mean so much to me. I can't turn back.
We'll see it through, Sam. Alicia won't, but we will, my darling Sam.
It had taken time for Sam to decide between his betrothal and newfound love. In that interval, his fiancée had guessed. It must have been sheer torment to lose a man like Sam Ford.
Here's looking at you, kid. I'm going to tell Ella tonight. She's all heart. She'll understand, see?
Oh, Sam. I'd give anything not to hurt her this way. Please be gentle with her.
Does an Engeltine belong in a SeaWorld? Of course.
Yes, my premonition of impending tragedy was well founded, for when Sam visited his fiancée that evening,
Vampirella, are you home?
Begorra! She can't be anywhere else, Mac. Not in the condition she's in now. She's dead.
It's either it's either Edgar Hoover or it's Rodney Dangerfield.
Hey, we're from Homicide. Are you Sam Ford?
No, she can't be. Ella. Oh, no more hot cha-chas. Oh, good heavens.
Don't touch anything, Ford.
I never did. She was a bitch.
Your girl died of cyanide poisoning. What? You know anything about cyanide?
Saints preserve us. There are a few things that need explaining, Ford. We're booking you on suspicion of murder. The dread misgivings that plagued me exploded into shocking reality and snowballed into a fearsome nightmare that enmeshed us all into its hideous consequences. I hate myself.
Okay, I'm frightened. Sob. What will they do to him? Sob. Oh, Sam.
We know Sam couldn't have done it. He was with you that evening. Daily Bugle!
Wait, hold on.
Kate, can you read the Bugle headline?
Well, what was that? Oh. Daily Bugle! Suspect held in girl's death.
I'm shocked you didn't say Spider-Man.
Spider-Man!
Yes!
Yes.
Likely involved. Even though he won't exist for another year. Poor Sam. It must have been maddening to endure police questioning while burdened with grief.
Rodney Dangerfield. I'm not sure.
I thought that was the second guy.
Oh, I don't know.
Rodney, the first one?
Oh, who knows? Why don't you spill it, Ford? We know the facts. What was the motive?
I'll tell you, there was another woman. Are you selling naked pictures of my wife?
No, that's Sam down the street. Ha-cha-cha.
No, that's your wife.
Oh, God.
She's got she's got the early version of OnlyFans. Come on. We know you bought the cyanide. Why? We know you poisoned your girl. Why?
Only your fingerprints were on the bottle. You murdered her. Why? Why did you do it, Ford?
We're not out to get you, Ford. No, we'd let you out right now if you'd clear up the motive behind your fiance's death.
Hey, I'll tell you. We checked your girl's activities. She was playing square. If she committed suicide, it was because of you. Why? Who are you shielding, Ford?
The days that passed were agonizing for Marjorie, and for me, the newspapers tore hungrily into the mystery that was Sam Ford. Marjorie and I read them Daily Bugle, sick with fear. Daily Bugle! Ford maintains stoic silence. Prosecution rushes plans for indictment. Ford indicted! Date set for Ford trial. Cherez la femme.
Hershey.
Whatever! I'm not the French Jameson.
Oh, cherchez la femme.
Police seek
The
other woman in Ford's life. Yes, yes. The circumstantial evidence closed in on Sam and throttled his every chance. Then one day,
Kate, Sam is going to get croaked off. No, they can't.
Marjorie, what's wrong?
You're in a bad
Daily Bugle. Ford convicted to die in chair. Any chair will do.
lazy boy chair.
Marjorie, where are you going?
I'm doing what I should have done from the first. I'm gonna go blow the guy down at the precinct and see if he'll let Sam out.
Marjorie, listen to me, I beg you.
Don't stop me, Kate. I've been taking lessons. I'm good at it. I must go to him. He needs me, Kate. Get out of my way. I'm gonna tell him it was I who Sam was with. I have got to save him.
You crazy little slut. Sorry, fool. I won't let you. You can't help Sam. Nobody can. Oh God, did I do it? If you tell the police that you're the other woman, you'll only substantiate Sam's guilt. You'll become the motive for his supposed crimes.
But I've
Then-
got to do something. I won't let Sam die. I couldn't live without him.
Dun dun dun.
Sam knows what he's doing. He knows they'd involve you as his accomplice if you were found. He wants to spare you that. Don't you see?
I don't care what happens to me anymore. If Sam dies, I want to die too. Oh, Kate, sob. I love him more than life. What can I do? Sob. What can I do? Subaru.
You've got to
Sob.
stand fast. And you got to have faith. That's what Sam is doing. Something will turn up. It always does, even at this late stage. As the day for Sam's execution drew closer, I kept a sharp watch. I took a sharp watch over Marjorie and lacked sleep. She had become listless, seldom spoke, and gazed silently out the window for hours. I was worried. And Sam, oh, what thoughts were racing through his mind with the grim shadow of the electric chair almost upon him.
No use for hoping for any miracles. In a few hours, I'm going to fry. I'd give anything for a last glimpse of
Marjorie.
poor kid. She'll take this hard. until she finds a new guy.
Begorra! We've got a visitor, Ford. You're last. In here, miss.
I don't want to see anyone. Leave me alone. I'm
But you've got
indecent.
time for one more conjugal visit.
30 seconds.
Sam, I had to see. I just said I. Oh no, you said you didn't want to see me. I just had to.
Begorra! Marjorie, you shouldn't have.
You two got 2 minutes. That's the rule.
Don't worry, my age. It'll be 30 seconds.
Hadn't you been in prison?
I had to risk it, Sam. I couldn't stand it any longer. Sam, you really need a new barber.
Listen to me. I've been thinking about. I was writing a story. I'm gonna call it the A Team. They got this guy. He's got a mohawk. Isn't it really cool? Also, you've got to forget about me. I am guilty. They've proven that now.
I don't believe you, Sam. I've made up my mind. When you die at midnight, I'm going to croak myself. Nothing can separate us. Not even from here to eternity.
Ah, blessed be. It's Barania, even admitting that she should have been Marjorie.
I could hear Sam's outcry of protest at Marjorie's hysterical words. Then the guard emerged with my sister, who shook her with sobs. Sam's cries of anguish still reached my ears when we left.
Marjorie, please don't. You mustn't.
But unknown to Marjorie and myself, Sam was released from his cell a half hour before his execution was to take place and taken to the office of the warden.
Warden Stewart.
Wow. Why? Seems the observant eye of the lieutenant has probably prevented a miscarriage of justice and most likely saved your life.
Save my life. You mean I'm not going to?
One of the people who occupied your old apartment found us in an obscure part of the room in which the girl died. It clears you for poisoning her.
Why? It's a Suicide Squad note written by Ella.
Why are you? Some kind of suicide squad? Yeah, at the end of this issue, you're gonna be. Yeah. Your fiancée died by her own hand. We'll make preparations for your release.
It's almost 12 o'clock. Marjorie will think I'm... Warden, it's a matter of life and death that I be released right now. I've only got seconds to spare.
Well, there are a few routine matters to be taken care of first, but, what the hell? I can well imagine the new horror that gripped Sam as Marjorie's words came back to him. His pleas must have touched the warden because he left the prison in a police car that tore through New York City.
New York City! That apparently doesn't have phones.
To our apartment house.
The deluxe apartment in the sky.
Oh, if we had only known what I wouldn't have given to know about Sam's release. Marjorie had withdrawn within herself. Again, I remained close to her and watched the minutes tick slowly away. The stroke of 12 was like a ghastly signal. A wild, mournful cry escaped Marjorie's lips. I found myself sprawling as she dashed by me like a thing, like the ever-loving blue-eyed thing, possessed.
Elizabeth, this is the big one. I'm coming to join you, honey. Sam, I'm going with you.
Marjorie, no! Oh, shit! I don't know how long I screamed. It probably sounded like,
No, that was me.
Plum.
Perhaps she never stopped. I'll hear those echoes until my dying day. Down below, a crowd quickly gathered around poor Marjorie's broken body, and when I saw the police car pull up and Sam get out, I fainted. It's been a year since Marjorie's death. As for Sam, I seem to think he died that night too. Whatever lit the gentle light in his eyes and transmitted his wonderful personality is gone, possibly forever. A love that grew in the shadows of Sam's tragedy has destroyed his spirit. He's in the next room now, where I visit and attend to him each day, hoping against hope that in time, perhaps a fresh spark, a brighter spark, will make him live again. You see, I love him too. I think that's it. We made it to hour 2. So, we want to ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. These tales of woe will fill us on this beautiful Valentine's Day.
I gotta ask, what kind of twisted moralistic stories are these? This sounds like House of Horror or House of Mystery, lads.
I had 2
Horrors.
words.
No.
2 words. Pre-code.
Wow.
A lot of sadness.
No wonder I'm a fan now too.
We ask you to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave your tragic tales below. We'll see you next time.
Happy Valentine's Day.
How am I supposed to leave
Without you,
I want to know.
how do I live?
Without you? If you ever go,
How do I survive? How do I? How do I breathe?